Dum, dum, bum, 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 boom, 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 dum. We here at the ancient ruins. Now, I don't believe I entered this place yesterday. But, if you recall, I was in and out of this section with the chocobo. It's the area with the waterfalls. The chocobo couldn't go through these all because he can't go actually on the water. He can only run in the little rivers. He can't actually run on the actual open ocean. But so I had to go down and then land in the ocean and ride my canoe here. It's a spot that I don't think I visited. We were trying to get to Salonia Castle. I think the one town I visited prior. Seeing as I've been to a good chunk of these places, or circumnavigated most of this section of the map, I am using a actual map to just get me some of the names of places. Not so much on where to go, because it's not telling me where to go. It's just giving me a general idea, seeing as I've actually been towards that area, the castle. I just don't know how to get into the city or anything. But the last town I was at before, last time I know we fought Goldor. The asshole with the golden castle, who locked my ship down because he thought I was bad. So after I killed him, he ended up freaking destroying the crystal before I got it. But instead of being a nice guy and actually talking to me, he destroyed the crystal for no good reason, actually. For a bad reason, in fact, because it prevents me from getting it, and I'm the good side. But we were at a Myrrh. And then, shortly after going to a Myrrh, I believe we went to another town. Shortly after dying a few times to the stupid petrification part, we went to Daster, which they mentioned that we should go visit. And then the town of Daster mentioned something about Salonia Castle. So we were trying to go to Salonia Castle. Haven't had any luck. There might be another entrance to the place. But we also went to Leprit, which is right above where the Chocobo Forest was. I kind of forgot what that town was. It's to the north of me right now, that blinking spot up there to the north. I don't remember that town much at all. In fact, I don't remember much at all from last stream, aside from the obvious me being in the town where I went to go get the freaking bog shoes. I went down there, the creepy 4 old men who thought they were actually the Warriors of Light, yada yada yada. And then we traveled there. So now we're in here to see what this place has to offer. Darken Roar. Maybe they're a bit too strong. Nah, the damage is not bad. They have a lot of health, holy shit, and they do a lot of damage. Fuck! Ouch. They do a lot of damage. Oh my god. Oh my god, finally. Oh! This place might be a little too strong. Oh man! Yeah, this place might be a little too strong. Does this lead to anything else? I should actually go get my boat instead of doing what I'm about to do. So I can easily fly over there and go where I'm heading the other direction. I can also go check that other town just to refresh my memory. I'm surprised I managed to kill both of those dragons, and almost both of them without a single death. But, man. Oh, Lord. I was not expecting the amount of damage those things fucking do. Like, what is all this? My curiosity. And this is the way I was gonna come from. But, like, there's gotta be a reason for it. It is foresty and watery. Like, there's forests here, so obviously somehow something maybe connects through the forest. No! No! Ouch. Okay, I didn't even mean to do that. I swore, didn't I try that? Didn't I try to go to the castle? Well, that didn't surely happen last time, so I guess not. I thought I may have tried to go to the... Like, I tried to fly around the entire Salonia village, or town. I thought I tried to, like, go up to the castle. I sworn I may have bumped it or something, but no, I didn't do that. They just broke my airship, thanks. I don't know if that was an intent. I don't know if I was supposed to do that. We have to fight our... For some reason, we have to fight our allies. Charge! The side that loses will be executed. You broke my airship.
No one can enter the castle. Go away! By order of the King Salonia, castle is closed.
Oh. Here we are, finally.
There's a rumor that Prince Alice was banished from the castle. If the war continues, Salonia will become a burnt ruin.
Of course you're gonna go that way.
I've heard that the only ones who could defeat the legendary bird Garuda were called dragoons.
I did not even mean to go into that part of the castle. I tried to get into here, but holy shit, cool. That is awesome. There. That is cool, man. You're unmuted, okay, good. Go ahead.
I got a village to fight.
To talk to. I was not expecting a chocobo, but okay. The tower in this sector is called the Dragon Tower. The treasures of a family of dragoons is there. So what's up with this town? And why is there separate, like, towns within this big city? Are they all at war with each other? What the fuck? They did say they were fighting their allies. I see a door. You're going to climb the Dragon Tower? It's swarming with monsters. Aren't most places? I mean, I'm here to free you guys from all your fucking turmoil. The fuck? Cato Plaza? What? I don't even know what that name is supposed to be. Didn't mean to do that. Cato Blapas. Ow. That did some decent damage, nice. Wasn't trying to do that, but nice. I love how when I finally progress into something that I don't do that right away. Like with the gold guy's castle, I sworn that his doors were not opening and unlocking for me, but maybe I was just misreading the text. I don't know why I would do that though. Every other text I read fine. I mean, it happened though. That is just something that happens to me. Wait, hold up. Prince who? Sorry, I'm bad at. The rumor that Prince Alice, Prince Alice.
On an island south of Salonia is the town of Daster. Many geomancers and bards live there.
Yeah, I was there. Don't know why I did that. I guess it's just comfortable to be up against my mic like that. Whatever. I think I'm a lot clearer now because I'm far closer to my mic. I mean, I've always been pretty close to my mic, but regardless of that, even before when I was like right up on my snowball, I think the quality was never as clear as I've managed to somehow get it. I think during Legend of Dragoon, my voice wasn't the best, but the tests I was doing, I was able to get some pretty much better voice quality. Like, clearer quality. So I hope everything's good on my, on the validity, on the quality of my voice, as well as the game audio. So let me know if game needs to be turned down. High potion. Ooh, I need midget bread. I need midget bread bad. I can buy more midget bread. There. The fuck are you? Come here. By order of the king, Salonia Castle is closed. Why though? What happened? And I'm about to save that. I'm about to open everything up and everyone's gonna be happy. Sealed? Yeah, see, that's what I thought was happening. Nothing. The king has split Salonia's army into two and is making them fight. Ah, that's why. I mean, I guess there was already separate towns, but... there was always separated towns for whatever reason, but I guess the two halves are fighting each other? I mean, that's what was happening, but why? He must be controlled, just like with the incident that happened with this earthquake, a lot of people are getting controlled. I think there was the same thing with happened with Dying. I think he was being consumed and stuff, and then he took over that ancient tree, which I need to go back to that village, but I don't know if... it said something about like 1,000 years or something. Or did they take me back to its village? I don't remember, but I should go check on that again too. There was once a passage from the castle cellar to the seafloor, but now it's blocked up. Maybe one could enter from the bottom of the sea. Thank you. I don't know how to get under... Ooh. I do not know how to go underwater, though. Thunder and wind. That lowers his physical attack. Huh, that's fine. Oh, that upped it again. Weird. Damn it. Well, I'll hold on to them, I guess. There's once a wait. Wait. Oh, come on. Only the ones who could defeat the legendary Brigadier were called Dragoons. King won't hear anyone if you question him. You'll be killed on the spot. Wow. The retainer's shadow is in the shape of a giant bird. Could it be the legendary bird Garuta? The fuck happened with all this nonsense that started with this earthquake and yada yada? This whole land sank. Certain people are assholes. Then there's dark versions of our characters who are trying to destroy the world. Everyone is being controlled and is consuming everything. This king now wants to murder his own people. Skeletons are taking control of ancient trees. The king has split Salonia's army into two and is making them fight. I ordered all shops have been closed. I hear there's one weapon shop defying the order. Yeah, I just was there. frog. I think that's how I'm gonna get underwater.
Where in the world could Prince Ellis be?
Probably under the freaking sea dungeon thing place. Where in the world could Prince... Why do you guys say the same dialogue?
I saw the child who looked like a prince go into the pub. This is it. He went inside this pub.
Thanks. Wouldn't have guessed.
Well, well, this kid seems to think he's the prince. Oh, what a laugh. Oh, what's the matter, your highness? Come on. Hey, stop that. Who the hell are you? Get 'em, guys.
Oh, good. More pirate bullies. I don't even know if you're pirates, but... Nope, they're gold knights. Oh, good. They serve that jerk. Well, we all know how they're, we all know how this will go. We all know how it turned out for them. I don't like that I'm loosening it. But this mic arm is nice, actually. I just got to get a new cable now. My freaking USB cable for this is bent. I really should buy a new one. The first day I got it, I accidentally bent it when I was trying to set the cable correctly in a better spot, but it got bent by the base, and it was my big mistake. But I need to buy a new one now.
Ah, don't hurt us. Please forgive us.
I am Prince Elus, son of King Gorn of Salonia. Thank you for saving me. What the heck's going on?
My father suddenly started a civil war. I tried to stop him, but he didn't listen. I've been banished from the castle. I beg you, travelers, won't you help me? I want to go back to the castle and ask my father why he's doing this.
We understand.
Thank you.
And I'm just gonna get the okay to go in here. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please fuck off. Please fuck off. Please fuck off. Please fuck off. Please suck your dick. No. Is there anything in those jars?
Anything.
Anything at all? Jars! NPC! Talk to me. Damn you. No piano? You're a shitty pub.
Ooh. 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 King is oh,
wait.
Father just suddenly became like an entirely different person. What could have
Yeah, it's because he's being, like, controlled. The question, yeah, it's because of this curse and all the curses and all the bullshit that's happened with this cataclysmic earthquake that the title of the main intro started with.
I'm researching chocobos. I can even summon a fat chocobo. All right now,
presenting the fat chocobo.
Ah,
yes. Take. I love how you just summon that right in your own home. Carrot. Oh, of course. My god, dude, why do you keep carrots stored in a chest? That's disgusting. So what does he do? Just like take a carrot and just goes, Chocobo! No. So that's different from the Chocobo summon.
that is Choco Mug. For some reason, we have to fight our allies. From the castle. Father has never told me to come back. Oh, it's Prince Ellis. Let me in. Guard, you've been banished. I cannot let you inside. What? What? The king said to let you pass. Yes. I apologize, Prince. Please enter. Oh, and we can all just go? Nice. Please rest here tonight. The king will meet with you tomorrow. Good night. That static sound. Such an awkward... Oh, my guy looks... Oh, there we go. Are you asleep yet? No. What could have happened to Father? Why would he banish his child from his castle? Doesn't he love me? Of course your father loves you. You don't know that. His father could be one of those asshole parents. You don't know that. I mean, I'm assuming he does, but you don't. Don't judge. His father could be just a dick. I mean, did banish his own son. Of course your father loves you, Prince Alice. What kind of parent doesn't love their child? There's plenty of parents in this world that don't love their own children. I guess you're right. It's all been made clear when we meet with the king tomorrow, but I still feel somehow frightened. Oh my god, all you hear is the static because it's silent. I just wish I can fix it. I don't know what's causing my computer to static. No! The king attacked the prince with a knife. King. You shall die, prince. Father! What are you waiting for? Kill the prince. Stab. Father! I shall be controlled no longer! Thought so. I knew he was being controlled, and I knew he was gonna... Something in my brain when I saw this happening, and then this guy came out, I had a feeling the father was gonna stab himself. Crap! How could you have broken my spell? I'd rather take my own life than kill my son! Damn you! I'll send you both to the afterlife together. Wait, fight us instead. What? You? I'll take care of you. Garuta. Ah. Aha. Alright. So the legendary bird Garuda has been causing the father to go estranged. I mean, everyone in the town was mentioning this legendary being. They did say a legendary, or a silhouette that looked like a giant bird did go to this castle. I just wish I could remember a lot of the dialogue. I have already forgotten a good chunk of it. Oops. I mean, I talked to a lot of them a couple of times, but a few of them I talked to once. I'm sorry. I have a lot of things on my mind, and I've also... playing a game, I'm also doing commentary, and I easily forget a lot of things at work, too. Like, I'll make a count of how much I have to put away or whatever, or overstock on a shelf. And I easily forget that all the fucking time. Let me try confusing you. Oh, 62. Are you... No! Wrecked!
See, this is what I was... There it goes. See, I guess I didn't go into the right spot. That's what I was, though. I was right by the castle. I just didn't go into the right spot. Ouch. Well, I know to leave. Shadow was in the shape of a giant bird. Yeah, see? Move! That's the abridged version. I was not expecting him to murder me, to be fair. So I know our next goal now is to meet with the king, and eventually go underwater sea dungeon. Useless carrots, but I want to take them. Just to say that I have these. There's no reason not to. I don't have to rebuy those stabs now. Good. Hold on. Move. Is there any other shops that are actually open? Dude. Come on. No. It was once a passage from the castle cellar up to the seafloor, but now it's locked up. Maybe you could enter from the bottom of the Smee.
Salonia's library has all sorts of books. This is Salonia's library, but it's closed for now.
Go away, the library's closed. Fucking
Tick, go away. Stop pooping. I've heard that the only ones who could defeat the legendary bird Gerudo were called dragoons. I shouldn't need a specific class to beat a boss. They're literally making me change jobs to beat a boss. I mean, that's a neat thing, but I don't know how long I'm gonna make this stream. I'm starting to get really sleepy. Come on, guys. Ugh. NPCs, please. God damn it. Stop. All you do is just move in my way. Well, I would definitely be playing this tomorrow, and I might play some Eternal Darkness as well, but I haven't been getting no sleep, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be going for. Man, that static my computer is emitting is loud. No wonder you guys can hear it. I'm assuming that is very annoying, and I'm sure it pushes people away. God damn it. Unclog. How are you still clogged? Ow. Jesus. I put that paperclip there through 3 times and I couldn't even freaking blow the freaking shit out of the shit. I couldn't blow the freaking resin out of it. Great. I just spat in it. How the fuck?
I hate when I go to fucking blow air to a pipe and I fucking spit in it. I don't know how that happens. Now the pipe is clogged, or the bowl itself is clogged. God dang it. I hate how easily this thing clogs now. It's like every other fucking hit. So how's everyone going? How's everyone going? How is everyone doing? Ah. Fix that. I don't know why my computer is making this. I don't know if that's good for it or not. Just chilling. Nice. Nice. Well, it's good to see you joining in again. I'm assuming you enjoyed that destruction I suffered at the hands of Garuda. I really, really don't want to change jobs again. I don't want to just go around changing jobs to beat a boss, because I know you don't have to. But, like, ugh. I mean, it's a neat idea, and it's a great concept to get you to use other jobs, but most games also prefer you to focus on one thing than, you know, multiple different jobs. Or multiple different things, you know what I mean? It's like games that have a gun proficiency or weapon proficiency, like in 2 or Borderlands. Borderlands maybe not so much, but Final Fantasy 2. It was not advisable to use other weapons because it just makes you weaker until it grows up in strength. Because not only does your accuracy for that weapon drops, but so does your strength. And the only way you're going to get that back up is if you master that weapon again, and that brings up your accuracy. So it's not always advisable to use other different things. And I'm not saying that this game's the same thing. I'm assuming it's very, very different, but my gear and weapons, my magic and other things are going to be gone. Unless I switch to a class that can wield the same things. That's why I don't think it's advised. And I don't mind using a Dragoon. However, I don't want to just switch willy-nilly to it with having little to nothing on him. I don't know. Well, that's why it's blind, and that's why I'll figure it out on my own. No, I'm beating this guy on my own dang volition. I could have beaten. Oh, I used potion. I could have beaten Dine if freaking my accuracy or his evasion wasn't goddamn good. Like, I did quite a bit of good damage to him, even with until I swapped over. But like, if I realized if ice was his main weakness that just wasn't changing, then I should have just used that from the get-go. But it was still healing him, so I don't understand why that RNG was so in my favor. Either that or I just misunderstood that entire fight. That's the first and only time I've ever had that fight. I don't know if that even makes I don't even know if that's a thing that's in later games. It definitely wasn't in the PS. It's definitely not in the later Final Fantasies that I played. I get it. These are old games. There's gonna be a lot of nonsense, and it's great though that they've made some of these way harder, and then the newer ones are easier. Because that's usually how it goes. The original games of a series are always gonna be tough, while the newer ones are more geared toward. Again, I guess you can't really say that though. The newer ones are more geared towards younger kids. Okay, well, these games, what are these games geared toward? We were kids when these games, well, not really, actually, these games are older than most people my age, but these games were geared toward, like, people around my brother's generation, you know what I mean? Like, they were kids when these games were around. So what are these games geared towards? Freaking adults? I mean, yeah, sure, but a lot of kids are going to be playing these games. And I get it, they're going to make games easier for the modern era, but dumb. It's so dumb how they do that for franchises. And I get it, the NES and SNES era and Genesis era, especially platformers and stuff, in old games back then were short as fuck, but tough to the point where your entire weekend of a rental weekend was spent playing a game, and you constantly were dying, and you would spend your entire weekend playing it versus a modern game today where you can beat that in like a one sitting. I mean, yeah, I could beat this in one sitting if I tried. I mean, it'd be rough because I don't know what I'm doing, but it's possible. I'm just saying, these games aren't that long. It's just they're hard, and that's where its padding comes from. Versus today's games where a lot of the padding comes from just doing optional stuff or other things, and the main story is usually short as shit. Padding in the old days was trial and error. A 2-hour game could take you a week to beat because of how tough some of them were. I honestly do miss that artificial difficulty, if you will. But then they also put artificial difficulty in other games like, oh, here's a boss fight, but here's a boss fight with 50 million ads. Versus actual difficulty. That's how some modern games go, sadly. But I mean, that's Remnant from the Ashes. It's artificial difficulty it's like Dark Souls bosses are an obstacle, but it's the areas that you go through. But the bosses, too, are very difficult, and some people apparently have spent days on fights. I honestly don't know how. I've never spent no more than maybe a few hours on a fight. And even then, if I fight a boss today and it lasts me till tomorrow, it's still not a full day, but there's people who are literally saying, oh, this boss took me 2 days to beat. Like, how? I've beaten every Dark Souls boss I've ever beaten, or Bloodborne, has never taken me more than a few hours to beat. And if I had to stop to go and play it the next day, it's still a few hours. It's not like I've been playing it for that entire time frame. Now, if I can sit there and go and play, like, the original Mario, that'll take me maybe a few days, because those old games. And I'm not the best at old platformers. Nor was I ever really the best at platformers to begin with. But, like, that's the purpose of old difficulty, though. I also don't like old games for the fact that it has just random difficulty spikes. Spikes. And I get it. It's an RPG. They're gonna have enemies that just come out of nowhere, but when you're following the main plot for a boss, I wouldn't want to do. Oh no, trust me, it's rough. For a Souls game, it's rough. I spent a few hours on several of those fights before. But I don't want to spend a day on a freaking boss. Like, seriously, that'd be rough. I mean, I've watched an entire Lobos Jr. fist-only or ladle-only runs, and those took him several hours. Like, most of his streams are like 12 to 14 hours or longer, and I've watched him fist a boss that probably took close to half the, like, 5 hours to beat. Like, he has patience of a god to fist bosses that would take you 5 hours to do. And some of these, and he's mastered Dark Souls though. Like, he knows every attack. I know bosses' attacks, but I don't have them memorized to the point where I know their iframe timing. He still gets hit, but he memorizes to the boss's patterns to where he can RNG. He can use the RNG to his favor. He can basically manipulate RNG to his favor. I can't do that. He can go up close and be like, okay, this boss up close will do these couple attacks. Or if I step back this far, this boss will do this range move. I don't know all that. And so I'm always up close regardless. But like, he's mastered that game to the point where he knows all the AI. And that is ridiculous. That's patience. But I can't play the same game as much as he does. He's put several thousands of hours in, or however many years of playing those games. I can't even play PSO for more than a few months and stream it for more than a few months at a time. Only because I want to do other things, and I just get bored of playing the same game over and over and over and over again. But when I watch him do nothing but, like, his main gimmick is Dark Souls. I get it. My main franchise is Phantasy Star. And whenever you and a lot of his fan base only care for Dark Souls. I just don't understand how his fan base can watch the same game over and over and over. Like with my best friend, I had a close friend who actually streamed. All he did was League of Legends. And I get it. Some, like, you're going to have a franchise, you're going to have a stream franchise, I get it. But to only play one game, I don't know how your fan base doesn't get bored. Like, I had a good chunk of the people who used to join me for PSO. I was actually messaging them on Discord, and a few of them didn't respond. A few of them actually deleted me, and one messaged me saying that he just got bored of PSO. So he hasn't watched me since. I mean, I don't know how they can keep fans like that. I tried to do that, and all the people that I had, most of them are gone. Not saying that they are bored of me, and then not that they don't have a life or anything, but I just think they got tired of the same old. But watching Lobos do nothing but Dark Souls gets very old after he does the same things. I know that's why he was doing challenge runs, but it's just like, I don't know how you can do the same game. And he's still not done with it. He still plays them heavily. And then, like, half his fan base, when I'm watching his Final Fantasy streams, half of his fan base is gone. A lot of them are kids, though, I can get that. You can see that by them, the way they chat. They're... And I'm not going to say that none of them are adults, because there's a lot of them that are my age, and they don't play Final Fantasy, but I can see a lot of the young kids who are watching him are freaking out and complaining about how bad the music is, and because they didn't grow up in the 8-bit era. In the 16-bit era, and it's just like, how do you guys just enjoy him watching play one franchise, though, over and over again? Can you imagine me doing nothing but PSO, daily on a day in, day out? Phantasy Star Online, PSO 2, day in, day out. To the point where I know the game like the back of my hand, with no changes whatsoever to my streaming. Like, that'd be boring as shit. Not only for me, but for you guys. And I love Lobos Jr., but that's the main reason why I stopped watching him for a while, is because that's all he was doing was Dark Souls. And he still does it, but I enjoy his other franchises, too. But I'm not going to just be making, I'm always going to be a variety streamer. While my main focus will be PSO, that will be literally the most streams I ever do. I literally have like 80-something streams of that game. Or 80-something episodes. I wouldn't say 80 streams. It is about 80 episodes or so. Because a lot of, there's a few times where a lot of my stream would crash and I would have to restart. And then I started highlighting my episodes down to like 2 to 3 hour parts. But yeah, I have literally like 80-something episodes of Phantasy Star Online alone. I get it. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's my main thing. But to make your stream one game only, I don't know how. My best friend, actually surpassed me at one point. He was actually growing faster than me in a much shorter time frame. And it was kind of bothering me. Not only was I'm happy for it, it just was kind of bothering me because he was getting more and more chatters and consistent donators and all this, more than I was getting. Not that I'm doing this strolly for that, it's just like, it was depressing me to see someone grow far faster than me when I've been doing my damnedest. I just feel like, I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm very entertaining. That's what depresses me. But I'm not saying that I'm not, because I have you here, I have other people here. It's just when I see someone else who's doing the same things as me, and then do the talk, you know, and everything, it just, like, why can't I get that luck? And I've said this before, I am bad at everything I do. And that's just my personal depression and anxiety. So, like, whenever I see something doing better than me, but doing the same things, like, why can't I be as entertaining? I do the same exact things. So that's what makes my anxiety act up. I'm happy for the guy. I'm very happy for anyone who's made Twitch work for them. It's just, why can't I seem to ever make anything work for me? I love art, but I never could get better at drawing, and I drew all the time. I just never got any better. No matter how much I drew. And with school, I did my best to get good grades. No matter what, I could never get good, like, pure, straight B's or A's. I always had C's and maybe one occasional D, or... And then in college, I just kind of just could not, for the life of me... I was bad at math and bad at history. And I don't know... Everything I do, it's just, I cannot get any better. And, like, it took me probably, like, half a year to get better at parking. And I park every day now. And it took me so long to finally start getting better at parking. Like, how does that happen? I park daily. And I'm still not the greatest at parking. It's just, I'm just not good at anything I do. And I'm trying to give examples, and I'm not trying to be a downer. But honestly, if you honestly saw the things that I have, like, noticed about myself, trust me, you would agree. You would see it. It's just, it's depressing, though. Like, I'm not trying to be a depressor. It's just, I see it on the daily. Like, out of nowhere at Chick-fil-A, I was decent at my job, and then out of nowhere I get worse. Somehow my performance drops, but everyone else is phenomenal at their work. Like, why me? Why me, though? It's always me. And growing up, I've always been bullied and hated on because I dress like this, and I wear skater stuff, and everyone picked on me. But I have friends who are, you know, skaters. Friends who like anime, too. They're okay with girls, they're okay with friends, but why I get picked on? There's reasons why I have anxiety and depression. Like, everything I do is the same as what other people do, but I'm the one who gets pushed away for it. I've had a friend try to change me and have me dress into, well, I guess ghetto, because she didn't like my style, and she was my close friend. And it's just like, why? Why are you changing me? You obviously don't like me for me, or, you know, and it never got me any girlfriends, or more, it got me some. It's not that I got girlfriends because of my style, but it's like, why is everyone trying to change me? Like, every day, or a lot of the times, I get reminded that I need to gain weight. Every time. But everyone else who's fat is fine, or everyone else who's thin too like me. My brothers are thin like me. My dad never says, go gain weight. He always just tells me to gain weight. At least I don't know. He could tell them to, but I doubt it. And then, like, I hear it at work, too. Oh, you need to gain weight. You need to eat more. It's like, I can't. Like, I literally, all I had today was my lunch at work and a bowl of spaghetti. I'm not hungry. I can't force myself to eat when I'm not that hungry. I get it. I understand. I'm very thin, so I probably don't want to eat a lot, but in order to gain weight, I need to constantly eat. Well, do you want me to get sick? Because that's how you get sick. That's how you get sick, sore stomach and whatnot. It's like, no matter what, I just can't win. Everyone always just has to have, like, either, like, run circles around me for everything I say. Like, whenever I would talk about, like, I would be talking to a girl, and I'd be like, talking about, like, how my body and how I work out, la da da, and they always run around me, give me the rolly eyes, like, you don't have any muscle, you're too thin. It's like, everyone always has to shut me down. I remember one time I was happy because my ex and me shared the same birthday, not the birth date itself. She was born on the 30th, I was born on the 30th. And then she has to go and say, oh, there was a guy at school I liked who shared the same exact day as me, as well as the birth of the month. So her birthday was in July, and then she would say, like, oh, a guy at school I liked shares the same exact day as me. It's like, okay, good. Go ahead and just throw everything I said out the window. But if it was any other guy that said that, she would have been like, yeah, that's awesome. No, it's because it's me, so it just bothers me. A lot of things. And I'm giving a lot of examples as to why I'm not happy with me as a person. Like, but I don't mean to be a downer, but yeah. I don't even know where all this is coming from. I'm sorry. But I just see it. I'm just trying to tell you the fact that I see a lot of my downfalls on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of people I try telling these things to just don't seem to understand. Everyone just has to run circles around me. Make me feel bad. Whenever I want to be different, it's never good enough. And I don't even feel like I'm good enough for my own parents either. That's also an issue. My dad won't leave me alone about smoking. I get it, he wants me to quit. But he freaking bombards me on a day-to-day basis sometimes. And it's just like, you want me to stop, but you can't rush me. You give me a chance. All he's doing is rush. And then he would constantly ask me, where do you want to live? Do you want to go back home? Do you want to go to Kansas? Like, can you give me a chance to actually save? You know I want to go back to Illinois. But I constantly just get bombarded with rushing me. And it's like, I'm not happy. You guys, you're not making me happy. You're rushing me. You're making me stressed. I get it. You want me out of the house, but you're constantly reminding me that I've been living with you my whole damn life. With hardly any jobs to my name. It's just depressing. That's all it is. I'm sorry, Infamy. Sorry, everyone else. I'm actually am happy. It's just there are times that I just dwell on things, and like my audio issues, it streams. And people not wanting to follow, or, you know, me growing again. It's just seeing my growth stunt and then just die. And then half the people who made me what I am now, gone. I get it, you have a life. But it is depressing. You can kind of understand that. I hope. It's like gaining a bunch of friends, and then out of nowhere, them telling you, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm bored of you. And then you never seeing them again. And you're really close friends, and then out of nowhere, they just walk out of their life. Not that any of you guys on stream are, like, my personal friends or anything. It's just, it's an example. Yeah, no, I try my best. There's not very many people who like to listen to me. There's a lot of people, believe it or not, another reason why I basically just keep myself hidden is a lot of people tell me to shut up. I keep a lot of things hidden inside because a lot of people shut up. There are a few friends that listen to me, but I really don't know if they truly understand. And if whether or not you guys understand or are going through similar things that I've gone through, I'm always here regardless, and I'm always there for my friends, and I've always been a good person to have a shoulder for somebody, because a lot of people have come to me for advice, and, you know, whenever they have a girl problem or guy problem, or whenever they get hurt, I'm always there to lend an ear and a shoulder. I've always been that guy. But it's just like, I feel like when it comes to me, though, I feel like I just get turned down a lot. And it's just depressing. And then, I always seem to get girls who seem to treat me the worst. Like, they seem fine in the beginning, and then towards the end of the relationship, they always seem to, like, say, oh, there's this I don't like about you, or there's this I don't like about you. It's like, tell me that from the beginning, would you? Because from the beginning, you would always tell me that you loved me for me, but then out of nowhere, you tell me you don't like the way I look, or the way I dress, or you don't like my hair, yada yada. It's like, tell me that from the beginning, I'll change. But you can't change me. That's been happening my whole damn life. I literally went from a skater kid to a South Pole wearing weirdo to back to a skater nerd. And I'm even better for it. It's just, I want to be accepted is my point. And I was alienated by everyone around me for the way I was. A nerd. A skater nerd. There's a reason I was picked on. A dude got stuck in the face by my best friend because he picked on me. And I was a kid who did not like to get into fights. Even now, I don't like to fight. So when he was picking on me, I'm not going to fight back. I was just one of those kids who just took it all. And that's how I've always been. I don't like fighting. I don't care to get in trouble. I could easily have gotten into so much trouble in school, but I've always wanted to be a good kid. Not like a goody-goody two-shoe teacher pet good, but I don't like to deal with the law. I don't like to get in trouble with my own parents. I don't like being yelled at. I don't talk back much. Whenever people at work, like my leads at work, get mad at me. Some people will talk back to them, and then they'll not say anything to them ever again. But me, I don't. I just take it. I'm sorry. I'm a little bitch like that. But I don't like to fight. I just want to just let it end. I'm not that kind of person. And trust me, my anxiety and depression has gotten me into some dumb spots. I threatened to shoot it. I threatened my teacher once. While it was an empty threat, it happened. I have issues. But it's because growing up as... And it's not even that bad either. It's a typical, oh, you get picked on. Oh, I have a scar because a friend, like... can't really say he's a friend, but he is. He's a friend to me because, like, I grew up with him and we've hung out, but he was a bully. And he's apologized now, much years later, which is better later than never. But, like, you know, he bullied me, pushed me down the stairs, and yada yada, and now I have a scar on my face, and it's just like, why do I get all this? I don't know. But, like, yeah, I was one of the few kids who got heavily bullied, and whenever I talk about it to some people, I've had a few people tell me, oh, get over it, and it's just like, you know, there's plenty of people who've committed suicide for the very, very same bullying that I've gone through. And bullying is a common part of life. But it doesn't take much. One simple thing can make a kid want to kill themselves. Not that I will, but I've read stories on kids who were my age at the time getting bullied, who have literally committed suicide, who are otherwise a happy living kid with a good family. Because not every person who is depressed and stressed and wants to kill themselves has no parents that love them, have no friends. There are people who have committed suicide that have a loving family. Just because you have a good life doesn't mean you can't be depressed. Whenever people tell me to shut up, you have a good life, you have nothing bad happen to you, doesn't mean shit. One person's 5 can be another person's 10. Remember that. And I have contemplated it. My friends even knew about it, and they almost beat the shit out of me for it. That shows that they care about me. Yes, and I get that. But it doesn't mean that I can't be unhappy. I'm just tired of everyone picking on me to the point where I don't care to be messed with. Jokes or otherwise. A lot of the times I have to tell my friends to stop joking around. It's just because I am too damn sensitive, and I get that, but I can't control my own heart or actions. If something upsets me, I can't control it. It's not like I can be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, you said this? Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Oh yeah, you said this? Oh, I'm gonna go cry now. It's not like I can control my emotion. If something upsets me, it upsets me. I can't help. And then also getting called childish for everything I do. Like, certain smells make me gag and sick. My dad calls me childish for it. I can't control me not liking a certain scent. I have a very sensitive smell. That's another thing that bothers me. Not that that matters. It's just like, getting called childish for being who I am is also annoying. Like, how many times do you gotta call me childish before you realize, oh, it's not gonna stop? Same thing with me, like, whenever I get into a conversation, or, you know, I'm trying to explain myself, or sometimes it sounds like I'm whining, but that's just how my voice gets whenever I'm talking to somebody. My dad always says, stop whining. It's like, I'm not whining. It's just how my voice gets. How many times do I have to tell these people this before they get it? That also is another thing that stresses me out, is that no one seems to accept me is the biggest issue. I just want to be respected, that's all it is. And no, I am very sensitive as a person. I don't want people to pick on me. I don't care if it's a joke, I don't care if they're having fun. When I ask you to please stop, please stop. I don't want to have to yell at you. I don't care if me getting bothered by it makes you do it more. If you see it bothers somebody, kindly please quit being a fucking asshole. That's another thing about it I hate it, is when something bothers somebody, then they continue to do it. Instead of being nice and being told to stop kindly before they, get bitched at, everyone just continues. That also pisses me off. This is the reason I don't want people joking with me. It's because all my life it's been one big game to them. Wow, I'm a little bitch, aren't I? If I'm an immature, childish bitch, fine, I will live that life for the rest of my own. Because that is who I fucking am. I'm a good person, regardless of the bullshit that's grown me into the man that I am today. Because trust me, if someone wants to fuck with me, I will throw hands. I can kick someone's ass if need be. I just prefer not to fight. I've been bullied enough to learn that I've learned how to fight. Do I care to? No. Will I ever get into a fist fight? Probably not. Unless I get jumped, which I almost have been. By 4 people. Because some douchebag decided to hate my close friend, Zero, by the way, decided to try and jump both me and Zero. Except it wasn't a beef between me, it was a beef between some kid and Zero. And the kid who started this beef was a kid who used to pick on me. He literally pulled me close and said, hey, I have no beef with you. This is between this guy and Tom. And I said, you do realize that you brought me into this. You have 3 or 4 other dudes. One of them is freaking like 200 pounds and he's like fucking 5'6", 7. No, 5'9". He's like 5'9" to 6 foot something and he's like 200 something pounds. Dude alone could have flattened us both. No pun intended. I don't mean to make it as a fat joke, but dude alone could have handled all of them. And then there was a big dude who's probably like 200 pound of muscle alone, who is the dude who is ready to throw hands with Zero, who is probably 6 something himself. Zero is really tall. He's over 6 foot tall. And he's not someone you want to mess with either, but that alone made me want to punch the kid who used to bully me. And trust me, I came close. We used to have a backyard brawl in my backyard, and the kid who I just mentioned, his name is Joey, he literally came up and told me that if he were to go against me, he would lose. You want to know why? Because there was an instance when a girl dumped me, I put a hole in my wall, and he was there. His jaw was into the floor. He knew ever since then not to fuck with me. And there was another instance where he was spreading AIDS rumors about me. Yes, the same kid who used to pick on me. One of them. Spread AIDS rumors about me. I went up to him, grabbed him by the shirt, picked him up off the floor. That was the first time I almost got into a legitimate fist fight. You want to know what he did? He ran home crying. I called him on the phone one time, and he put his dad on the phone to bitch me out. And you know what else? Years later, he denied that all happened. Ever since that instance with the hole in the wall, he knows not to fuck with me. And that was actually before the whole jump incident. That's the main reason why he pulled me to the side and said, this is not between us. Yeah, he probably didn't want to get me jumped, but he knew if I actually fought him, or if Zero fought him, he would lose. Funny thing is, that kid's a mama's boy. Like, I can be pretty mama's boyish myself, but like, even back in high school and early college, his mom would always call him to come home. So he has no right to try fights. Also, he's heavily racist. The guy earlier in chat, Reaper, the same kid, this kid has big issues with several of me and my friends. He's a racist. He used to call my friend Reaper Irving, he's a Hispanic. So he would always call him racial Hispanic slurs. He took his body and broke I had a mirror in my old room. It was a mirror as well as a closet door. And it was thick. He took his body and cracked one of my mirrors with it. Just because he was being racist and an asshole for no freaking reason. And my ex-best friend, my ex-best friend, what the fuck? My best friend, he's an ex-wrestler, is what I meant to say. He's not a professional wrestler, but he used to wrestle for school. He had a scholarship. And he trained daily, so he was in shape. He could have done far worse damage to not only my room, but also to his fucking face. And he still fucking tries. Like, he's scared of me, but he wasn't scared of him. And I don't even fight. I'm not going to go into detail of what my friend has done in his personal time, because he's not someone you want to fuck with if you get him pissed. He will stab a bitch. I guarantee you he would not hesitate to stab this kid, because, oh yeah, he would go to jail easily. He would stab him, let himself get arrested. He would, in a heartbeat, fucking stab him. But yet he still consistently demands and still does. And he even says, dude, the same kid, his name is Joey, like I said, he says the N-word on the fly. Like, he is so heavily racist. I'm going in at multiple different tangents, aren't I? But like, this kid who bullied me was so heavily racist. He says the N-word on the fucking fly. He says racial Hispanic slurs on the fly. He even makes fun of his own race. He's Italian. He even makes fun of them. It's just like, how much time do you have to get your ass kicked before you fucking learn, dude? You're a twig. You're as thin as I am, if not, he's a little chubbier than me, but he was a twig. He was thin. There's no way in heck his body's gonna be able to handle any amount of pain that my best friends would have done to him. He's also short. Not that height really matters, but in his case, he has no standing. Because yes, it does matter in times, and then the height and size doesn't matter, but in his case, size does matter. Because, like I said, I picked him up. He's about my height. He's a little shorter than me. He's not that short, but I easily picked him up, no problem whatsoever. And I have friends that can easily suplex his ass. Hell, I used to be able to bench press more than my body weight. I can fucking bench press that. I probably could have bench pressed that kid for lunch. If he thinks he's all hot and shit. 130 is not a lot lifting, but for a guy my size, being able to bench press more than 130 to 140 pounds is quite a bit, especially for someone who's never, like, I used to work out a lot, but bench pressing was never something that was major in my workout. It was more or less me jogging at a gym and doing a bunch of other workouts involving, like, all the different gym workouts, legs, arms, and stuff. Bench press was one thing I would do, but not often. It was more me lifting dumbbells in my room and running at a gym. This kid is most likely just smoking pot all day. Not that I don't. But I'm just trying to say that this kid is not healthy at all. And he wants to start shit. Even now, I'm assuming he still starts shit. I don't even know how he has friends. I remember one time I used to go over to a friend's house who he hung out with to buy shit. And he never once, like, said a word to me at all. He also dated a 14-year-old when he was in high school. Not that I didn't date. No, I didn't date a 14-year-old in high school. I was a senior. I was 17 when I met my ex, who was 15. She was in high school. This guy was literally a junior dating a 14-year-old or 13-year-old, whichever the case. She was in middle school. We were a junior in high school. There's a big difference. Yes, he was underage still, but to date a girl that much younger than you, to the point where, regardless of how much older you get, she is still going to be several years younger than you. Junior year, senior year, he's going to be of age and 18. She's still going to be just a freshman. Yes, by the time I became 18, my ex-girlfriend was still 15, 16, but that's fine. I found that okay. Because by the time she became 18, I was only in my early 20s. By the time that she would have been around almost of age, we would be in our mid-20s. Early to mid-20s. She's a bit younger than us. It's disgusting. That's the youngest I dated, though, when I was 17 going on 18. My ex, I met her when she was 15. That's the youngest. Take your time, dude. I'm just trying to say that this kid has no life. Trying to better. I'm just trying to better all the nonsense I just mentioned. Gotta charge the phone. That's a thing. Always charge your phone. That's a thing. Yeah, you don't want to let that die. I hate when my phone dies. I hate when I accidentally forget to charge it and die. Speaking of, I have not charged my phone since I got home. And my phone is... Actually, I need to update my phone. What is my phone at? My phone... I have not charged my phone since since this morning. I charged it last night. My phone is at 54% right now. My phone is still fairly new. However, I did leave my phone in my car for about 4 hours. 3-4 hours. Which dropped it from nearly 100% down to about 30% because it was cold as shit. Oi! Which I don't know how much of that battery life died now, but it's still fairly new, so it's fast charging and its battery life is still good for now. Give it about a year and a half and it's gonna sit there and die. My last phone could not hold a charge for worth a damn darn. Even when it would try to charge, it would literally take... I had my old phone literally take about 12 hours to charge, not even halfway. And that was with fast charging, because sometimes I would have to fumble with the cable. Sometimes it would be like, I don't know, 8 hours to fully charge, and then sometimes it would say 1 hour to charge. Even the 1 hour to charge, which I would occasionally get, it would take like half a day to freaking charge, not even halfway. That's how bad my old phone's charge and its battery became. I don't even know how it got to that point. I did not do anything to that phone. I didn't leave it in. I didn't drop it in any water. I didn't leave it in a car in cold weather. I didn't have it in any extreme heat. I didn't get it wet. I didn't drop it. It just lifespan just died out for no reason at all. I get it. Chargers tend to die out quick. Especially, I think fast charging does drop its battery life eventually if it's overcharged and if it dies too much often and blah blah blah. If you let it drain fully, that's all that I did. But it's still like, I think some phones are designed from the get-go to have bad battery, just so you can rebuy a phone. I don't like that companies are doing that nowadays, but that's... Seriously, I barely drop my phone. I've only dropped this phone, like, maybe a couple of times. I'm surprised the screen hasn't broken because of it. I mean, it's a decently durable phone, but... I got a case on it, which does lift it up a bit. Ooh, hey, Vegeta. Which does lift it up a bit, but it's still... I'm surprised it didn't crack. I don't have a protector on it. I wish I should get a protector for it. Like, it's Vegeta. You can't see it for some reason. There's not even that much green in there. It's mainly blue. I know green is in blue, but there's not much green in there. I know there's a ton of greens there's a ton of greens and blues. Hence this. But I'm an artist at heart, so I do know some of the colors. If I didn't know that, then that'd be pretty sad. Because every color exists. Just because this is all blue doesn't mean it doesn't contain some sort of greens and yellows and things. Remember, hues are made up of multiple different colors and a combination of those. So, just because blue is a static color, that doesn't mean blue on its own is its own color. You need to combine colors to make other colors. Which is why there's green in this. Because blue alone, any color alone isn't its own thing. It's a multiple of colors. Hence why, like, yellow and blue make green. Stuff like that. Like, green on its own isn't its own color. You need to combine colors to make such colors. Same thing with, like, black and white. They're technically shades. They're not really colors. Because black is the amalgamation of all colors, and white is the absence of color. Now I'm going into that tangent. I'm just trying to make better conversation. Hey, I'm getting more talkative. Live it up while it is. Live it up while this is here, because guarantee you it's not gonna always be a thing. I wish I can talk like this more, but there's gonna be a lot more times where I don't. I think talking about my life is a bit better than talking about the game, which I do want to focus more on the topic at hand, but that is the hardest part for me, is talking about the game itself. I'm sure you guys prefer me talking about personal stuff, though. Like, maybe not so much downer stuff, but I'm sure you prefer just me to chat, because that's easier for me than just talking about the game. Like, I can be like, oh, look, I'm fighting this monster. Okay, I'm gonna make you physical attack, I'm gonna make you physical attack. Like, that's boring. And that's basically all my Let's Plays were, was, oh, look, I'm gonna go around this corner, we're gonna, like, for walkthroughs on Dead Rising, that was actually good, because I actually knew that game, like, but with walkthrough on, like, Dark Souls, when I was trying to kind of do a walkthrough, I'd be like, alright, so, there's this item here, then you go over here, and there's gonna be this enemy here. That's basically the extent of, a walkthrough of a game that I'm not the greatest at. But with Dead Rising, I'd be like, alright, so at this time, you gotta go fight this boss. So, for that, you want to prepare by going to get this item, you want to go back to the safe house, you want to save. That's a different type of walkthrough, where I pretty much explain a lot. And that's more talkative for me. But unfortunately, I'm not the greatest at that. I've always wanted to do walkthroughs, but I don't know that many games off the back of my hand like I do. I played Dead Rising 1. Dead Rising is definitely one of my earlier, older franchises before I was introduced to Dark Souls. Dark Souls is my favorite, like, action-oriented RPG. Dead Rising is my favorite, like, I don't know, it's an action RPG in its own right, but to me, it's more of like a hack and slash, kinda. I mean, yeah, you have guns, but I usually mainly use physical weapons. But to me, that's more of like a hack and slash kind of thing. I'm very bad at genres. But that's what I consider Dead Rising over an action game. Because it's really kind of not to me. It's more of a hack and slash. Hack and slash, and I kind of consider with games with some guns in it, even though it may not be the most oriented, I consider it kind of a shooter, but it's not. Just because a game can have a gun in it, I consider it, like, I don't know, that's just me, but it's not. It's more of an RPG hack and slash, kind of. That's my genre for it. I'm not good at it. But it's not, it's a survival horror. Dead Rising is technically a survival horror action game. But it's not really horror to me, but it still has horror themes, and yeah. I'm probably going to give this guy one more go, and I'm probably going to get off for the night. Give it about 2-hour stream. I'm surprised I even made it this far with a 7-hour stream. I don't know what happened. I was so awake at work earlier, and then towards the end of my shift, it's all the exhaustion from the past 3 days. It just finally kicked in. Not that I wasn't tired yesterday. I felt more tired the other day because my eyes were on fire. Not on fire, but they were hurting. And my legs were hurting. But, like, towards the end of my shift, I started yawning like mad. And I could feel all the heaviness in my eyes, but I don't know where it came from because I was so awake earlier and I was so pumped to go home and stream for a while that unfortunately I was able to only stream as much as I can because it's hitting me. But unfortunately I know I'm going to go lay down, I'm going to be up for a little bit longer, and then eventually I'm going to pass out. I'm going to try to stream earlier though if I can wake up early enough. Funny enough, I went to bed at like 1 a.m. last night. I set my alarm, I even turned up the volume. I don't remember it happening, but my alarm went off. I remember hearing it, but it was so tired and it was in my subconscious. I woke up, turned my alarm off, and fell back to bed. I do remember waking up, but I don't remember me passing out. All that is kind of a blur. The only thing I remember is waking up, hearing my alarm, and that was it. And then apparently my mom woke me up at 6:40. I start at 7, by the way. I booked out the door, left the house around 6:50. Couldn't even shower, I couldn't even do any of the bathing stuff or any of that because I didn't have time to. It literally, I like to get up at 5:45 to do all the showering stuff. Even that takes me till about 6 o'clock, 6:20, depending on what time I start. Normally I start at I usually start that around 6 because I usually take time to wake up in the morning. And that takes me like 20 minutes to floss, brush my teeth, shower, change clothes, put on deodorant, cologne, and all that. And then I go out, I grab my shoes, go and charge my car, yes. I start my car, warm it up, and then, I leave after, at about like 6:30, 6:45-ish, and I'm at work within literally 5 minutes. I would have actually made it, literally left right at 6:50. I would have made it to work literally right at 7 o'clock, but every stoplight, I had to stop at every single stoplight. And the worst part about some of these drivers is even when the light turned green, a good chunk of these people don't go right away. They sit there for a few minutes to the point where the light was literally changing again. The light went from red, green, to red again. I managed to make it through, but the light was literally yellow by the time I went through it. Like, half the time when people are driving, here's the light is green, here's me behind the car, and here's the car in front of me. A few seconds later, they start to finally move, and then the light's changing again. It's like, why do you guys... I see it a lot, too, when people are driving. They literally, it's green, but they're sitting there for a couple seconds instead of immediately moving. It's like, what the fuck? I get it, you're looking at your phone, but you gotta pay attention to the light. And that was the reason why I was late, is because every stoplight I had, someone was just constantly, would sit there and take a few seconds to start moving, and it fucking pissed me off. I hate it. And then coming home, I like to drive at a faster pace than a lot of people, and then there's a line of cars, and then there's this one guy who's right here, and then there's these cars all in front of him, and he's doing this while everyone's speeding ahead of him, and he's just slow, and then there's me behind him. It's like, why can't you speed up? Why does there gotta be one car that is ridiculously going as slow as shit to the point where I am literally catching every light? I'm trying to get home. I like to drive a little bit faster than I should be, just because I want to get home, and that's just how I drive. But yet, then there's one car that always has to go what seems like 30 miles an hour, and I'm trying to go 45 or 40. And every other car is literally driving at the same rate, while he is the only one that's maybe several feet behind, and every other car is literally inches behind each other. How it should be, or however many inches behind each other, or feet, or whatever, foot. I'm bad with that, okay? But you get my point. I just don't get, it happens a lot to me, and it's these drivers, what the fuck? And a lot of the times when I'd see people trying to turn into the lanes, I'll see a driver try to go in a lane, here's a bunch of other cars, here's a driver going from one lane to another lane, and he'll be literally in the lane like this. Not that bad, but bad enough to where I can't get around him. And he'll be sitting there for a while because the lights turn, and I'm sitting there stuck in the intersection because the way the car is trying to pull in. It's like, dude, if you're going to try to get in there, at least make sure there's enough space for you, because the people behind you, like me for instance, is literally in the middle of the open intersection. What happens if the light changes? It's yet to have happened to me. It's been close, but a lot of the times when I pull up into the intersection, and because the line is full and I can't quite get out of it, the light is about to change. Eventually, I'm going to get rear-ended or hit, or something's going to happen, and I'm not going to be able to move because the people in front of me, behind me, and then there's cars coming this way. It happens so often that I'm afraid that I'm going to be stuck in the intersection, and I'm going to get rammed, because people in front of me don't like to fucking drive well. And then there's this car that wants to be like this, going into a turn lane. I literally also saw dudes doing that and then do a U-turn. It's like, you can't do a U-turn. You can't go from this way going back that way. You gotta pay attention to certain roads that allow you to do that. I've seen dudes who literally go one way and then turn around. It's like, you could have easily just gone that way though. They would exit the place, go forward, and then do a U-turn. It's like, you do realize you could have exited that way though. I'm not an experienced driver. I've never been on the highway. Fun fact. There's reasons, and I don't want to go into too much reasons because there's reasons with my brother, my family, never letting me drive. It involves my brother. and taking money instead of fixing his car, and then getting my mom's car stolen, having DUIs, yada yada yada. So ever since then, they didn't trust me. They literally had me take a driving test once I moved out here because of how little I drove. Well, that's their fault. Every time I'd ask, I need to drive. Let me drive. My parents would never fucking trust me. For my brother's mistakes, that's another thing that bothers me, is that my brother's mistakes got me shafted. Do I really need to become a dragoon? Ugh. What equipment do you normally wear, you asshole? Thunder Spear, Wind Spear. Holy. Oh. You're the spearman guy. What's that shop at? Wait. There's 2 magic shops? Did I just see that? Yeah, there are. Oh, I like the way he looks. Come on! Fucking NPCs, man, that just block you. I didn't mean to buy 2 of those, fuck. It's because the input didn't go down. $44, $88. 103, yes. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Now, what do you... Leather, Mithril, Hero, Ice, Aegis, Diamond Crystal. Leather, Mithril, Ice, Dragon, Diamond, Ribbon. I don't think I'm going to be able to buy, unless there's an armor shop that's open. One of these shops has to have 2 armor shops, right? There's 2 weapon shops, there's 2 magic shops. One of the magic shops I don't even think is open. Can this guy move out of that? God damn it. Look at this. All that for that. Like, an NPC that literally just walks up and down where the shop is the meanest thing in the world. I don't think you have any shops. Oh my god. Just get out of my way, guys. You really need to stop that, Square. And Nintendo or Game Freak. Just make NPCs that walk, but not directly where you want to be, especially if you're Pokemon breeding. Don't make NPCs who, when you're biking down a long stretch to breed Pokemon, don't make NPCs who literally eventually start blocking your path. Because it starts off fine for a while. Like, I'll do maybe 10 minutes of that, nobody blocking me, and then out of nowhere, people will just start going, up, and then just keep moving in and out of your path. It's like, can I just have a straight path? I just want to breed Pokemon. But yet, I have NPCs who want to freaking make me go slightly around them. I'm sorry, I know it sounds like a dumb thing, but I hate going roundabout ways, which is why I hate these layout designs for some of these villages, because I would love to just be able to walk into some of these
places. But no, they make me have to go the stupidest ways for them, and a lot of the NPCs, like this asshole. You fucking blame me? This shit's stupid. As a kid, this would not be, this is one of them, as a kid, this would, honestly, I would quit playing some of these games because of this. Like, not rage quit, but literally, this kind of shit that these games do, I would literally be furious. Welcome back. I don't even know if I can recap half the shit I was just saying, but like, if for anyone who was listening to all that, I know you were stepped away, or if you heard any of a lot of that, it was just me complaining about this game, and like, any old game with NPCs that move, that block paths to stores, or Pokemon breeding when you're trying to go down a long stretch and you're just trying to breed Pokemon, and you got NPCs that like to block paths. This would almost make me want to quit these games if I played them back in the day. Also, I changed Zero into a Dragoon because he is one that can wear those rods that I bought earlier, but apparently none of the armor shops open, so I guess I'm not getting any gear. I think. It wasn't. The kid Chocobo's house. I don't know if that Chocobo has anything on him. I don't remember where he was looking. Come on, move. There he is. Thought he was in this town. I guess I'm not getting any armor for him yet. That's a pain, but if I can beat this guy, I don't know how I'm gonna do any better with the Dragoon without armor. But apparently, it's the only guy who can beat him. I doubt that. That's false. But like, seriously though. Please rest here for the night so you can get stabbed in the back. I wonder how it feels to sleep in all that armor. Probably warm. I know if I was a knight back in those days, I probably would sleep in my armor. Fun fact, I don't like to sleep in my underwear. I know it's weird. I don't like waking up in the morning freezing balls and then having to put my cold bare feet on the floor. I never did, even with carpeting. I've always just slept in my clothes. I know it's weird, but it's who I am. I don't like sleeping in my underwear. Because then I freeze in the morning. I wake up in the morning and I'm freezing. I don't like that feeling. So if I was a knight back in those days, I probably would sleep in, like, chainmail. Probably not, but still, you get my point. That's just who I am as a person. I know it's gross. I'm also the kind of guy who doesn't like to take multiple showers a day, so I come home and I don't oftenly shower after work. Like, I don't care. I am who I am. It's not like anyone has to deal with it. I shower the day before. I shower the day of. Why do I have to come home and shower again just because I'm covered in dust and dirt and I'm not even sweating, but like the point stands, like even at Chick-fil-A, I'd be covered in grime and gook and I would just change my clothes and that was it. Like, I don't care to shower the second time. In fact, I really don't care to take care of my own self. I hate it. It's repetitive. Honestly, I'm weird like that, but I hate repetition. Such as doing the same thing over and over again. Like, I hate brushing my teeth, showering, bathing, all that. I do it because you're supposed to, and I don't want to just smell, but I just don't like. I have my clothes, all my laundry is sitting
in a hamper because I don't like folding and putting away clothes. It's not laziness. People may think it's laziness. To me, it's not laziness. I just don't like doing something. If I don't like doing something, I don't want to do it. There's a reason why I don't go outside. I don't like going outside. I don't like to be around people. Even if it's something that you have to do for everyday life. If I don't like it, I'm not going to develop a habit of doing it. So as a kid, I've never really often showered. There was a reason I was also... Another reason I probably was picked on is because I never really took care of myself. It's gross, I know, but it's just who I was as a person. I can't help that. I've always been this way, and that's probably a major reason why I was picked on and alienated by girls around me. But it's not like I was the worst person in the world, I just smelled. Wow, I'm surprised I even mentioned that. Everyone's probably going to look at me and watch these streams and hear that and be like, I don't want to deal with this streamer, he's disgusting. No, trust me, I've changed a lot since then. I don't shower and bathe and take care of my teeth as much as some people, because my teeth are severely rotting from the lack of brushing as much as I should be. But I do brush and shower a lot more than I did ever. I'm an adult, I grew up, but it's a bad habit that I've developed over the years. It's just, if I don't like something, I'm not going to do it. Says the guy who beat through Final Fantasy II. Sorry to go into that disgusting tangent. Man, Infamy, you're getting quite close to me. You're learning all sorts of things. You're learning that I am a disgusting human being. Whee! What is the point of all the basics that I've learned from later Final Fantasies? I swear, some of these spells, I don't even know if half of them are broken. Mute on you would be so nice. I've been slacking with my teeth brushing myself. I don't feel bad. I've never been good with brushing my teeth. I just hate it. I personally just hate it. Like, I can't... It sounds weird, but I just hate doing it. I hate repetition. And I work at a warehouse where all I do is walk back and forth. But it's a job. I'm not going to be like, I hate repetition. I'm done working here. I need the money. And I worked at Chick-fil-A, which is all I did was make fries. But, like, unfortunately with jobs, and me streaming, me playing games, these games are all repetition. I'm battling the same shit over and over again, but that's different repetition. That's enjoyable repetition. Being able to having to freaking wake up every day, I know it sounds dumb and disgusting, but it's who I am. I've never liked repetition. Certain repetition, I should say. Same thing with the worst thing for repetition to me is repetitive sounds. Now, that may make people do it more, but repetitive sounds is the worst to me because it gives me the headache. Whenever people do some sort of sound and they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, and it's just like, please stop. Like the forklift honking. I know you're supposed to honk like a car horn or whenever you're exiting like an alleyway or a turn, but having to hear the for a few seconds before they before they let go of the horn is really annoying. I would have preferred if they just did a but no, they go and it's just like, oh god, stop. And you hear it so often throughout the day that it's just like, stop with the just do please. All you have to do is just honk once. That's all I ask. And half the time it's in my face. Ugh. I don't understand what the point of jump was. Like, it did a lot of decent damage, but
Why such a spike in difficulty? Though, like, ugh. There. That's... Your main gimmick is to jump, Dragoon. Why is it that you do more damage with your weapon? Shouldn't you do more damage with your ability, which also should use your weapon? Wouldn't you think? I guess I don't understand old school Dragoons. The only Dragoons I really remember using is Sid from 7, and what's her face from 9, the Burmasian rat. Those are the only 2 Dragoons that I've ever used. This is the first time dealing with the original Dragoon. I mean, I don't oftenly really use... Sid doesn't really have kind of a jump command, but the girl from 9 does. She has a jump command, but I rarely ever use it. I use her other Dragoon abilities, which are far better. So I'm not like the greatest on strategy either. I really don't even use strategy. I just attack, 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 attack. I'm a physical attacker. I'm up close in your face and want to stab you. Mainly. Dark Souls, I've always been a strength build. No matter what, I'm always start off a heavy. I'm always going to be a heavy strength user with great swords. But at the end of the day, I'm a quality build just so I can get overall strength stats, because dex and strength are still scaling with different weapons, but they're both strength stats, and they both also affect during certain actions. Like with Bloodborne, leveling skill will affect your visceral attacks. That is still physical damage. While I may not use skill or dex-based weaponry, without leveling that, your damage is still suffering. So the more you level that evenly, your scaling for strength weapons will still increase. So that's why I will always be a quality build, but I will always be pure physical strength, and I will always be a heavy wielder, mostly. So I love heavy builds. I will always use heavy greatswords most of the time, if I can get one good, or whatever. Such as like a claymore, or the Zweihander, or I'll use a greatsword, or I'll never use a great club, I'll never use a great axe. I don't care for that. The animation on those are bad anyway. That's some damage! That's also some damage. Fuck you. That's some damage. Thanks for taking out chat. No! No, 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 no! Damn you! Cunt! Should have had my other guy do it, but I didn't know if she was gonna go first, or if my main guy was gonna go. God damn it. This boss fight, it is another one of these type of boss fights. But don't make
No, don't make a boss fight that you literally have to change up your entire playstyle. Also, don't make a boss fight that all he does is magic that is so overpowered, but also part of the main story. The RPGs that are forcing a player to grind is not a good design. Like, I love grinding, but having to force me to either change classes and or grind and or limit me with gear that I cannot wield or limit me with shops that aren't even open is the dumbest decisions. Make it, companies, man, you have to make some games tough, but you also have to make it fair. You can't just sit there and literally spike the game so high out of the point where this guy is literally one-shotting my entire team, or near one-shotting my entire team. To the point where I can't even predict the RNG of which one of my characters is going to go first, so I'm literally using up all my items just to heal one character, who is literally the only one that can ever freaking harm him. This is not good game design. This game is amazing, but I hate it when they do this with games. I hate when my bowl clogs after random hits, and then like I lay it down for a good while, and then it just sits there and clogs. Like, why does it have to clog so fucking often? Even with a screen in it, it was not actually helping. The screen didn't do shit. I don't know how the tobacco, like, some of the tobacco can fall through. I get some of the resin will fall through somehow, instead of congeal on it. But the freaking pipe cleaner wasn't even, is too big for the bowl. I can't even barely even get it into the whole thing. And then it still freaking clogs. The bowl itself. The pipe is still able to clog. The bowl itself was clogging too, still. But even then, the bowl the pipe part should not be clogged as much, even with a screen in it. But yet, it was worse. It wasn't clogging bad, but it was as bad, but it was to the point where having to unclog it by taking the screen out every time was worse. And I bought 2 bags of them. It was cheap. It was like $1 for a bunch of them, for like, I don't know, 20 of them or something. So I bought 2, but it's just like, was it worth it? Probably not. It clogs just as much. I have to take the screen out and then put it back in. And then as I smoke, the bowl heats up. The freaking pipe cleaner disintegrates. It burns away. And then eventually I've had pipe screens in here before in old bowls, to the point where it gets so clogged full of resin that it becomes charred black. To the point where it's literally just a shriveled up little thing that I can't use anything with. By the time when I try to spread it apart, all this flake just comes off of it. Like, I get it. Why can't it just do that, though? My old pipe that I used to have, which was the same exact thing but blue, worked perfectly fine with screens. This one, for some reason, I can't get those. Maybe I just didn't buy a good one, but I don't know. I just wish I can mute this asshole. But none of my spells for that are working. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand if it's broken or not. But none of these old games seem to have good magic spells for certain things. They just seem broken as hell. If I can mute him, I can win. I can win without it, but that's the point of an RPG. It's called strategy, my guys. Jesus. Learn how to make a damn game. Not that I know how to game design myself, and I know I get it. You're in your prime in these days. Hell, freaking Game Freak still can't even make good games or can't even make Pokemon games without glitches and bullshit. Apparently, nor can Square. All their fucking games are just fucking full of crap. Can you go to bed or some shit? Like, seriously. Like, come on, what's the point of these spells if they're not gonna work? I don't even really use these kind of spells on bosses much. But I want to for bosses that are fucking retarded. Especially once he does this amount of damage to me. I guess I just gotta keep my healer healing me. Other than that, this boss fight's not even that hard. Can he blind? No, blind doesn't affect spells, I don't think. Can I try? I'll try blind. Of course it didn't. Paka. Thanks. No, 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 no. You're my attacker. Do more damage, please! Oh my god. Stop doing so much damage! Had him on the rope, too, and of course he had to spam that same spell, and somehow he's doing... And I'm going... My damage is getting less and less. I'm beating this guy here. I hate it. My main guy was doing good damage, and then he started doing lower damage. My best guy was doing good damage, and then he started doing shittier damage, and then he started to actually kill me. I cannot... I get it. RNG and speed is going to affect things. But Lord almighty. This is getting to the point where I'm speeding this up. And almost going to save state. Just so I can skip this segment. Just like how I did when I fought the final boss of Phantasy Star 2. I don't like save stating games. I really, really don't. But these old games, I can't. I have to. I'm not gonna sit there and constantly, especially with Phantasy Star, I was not gonna go through that fucking dungeon every time. Would you have wanted to watch that? Honestly, Infamy, I guarantee you, I know you understood why I was doing that. You would not want to watch me go through that dungeon every time. You know how many times he was beating me? I was I wasn't exactly I was not exactly under-leveled, but I was not on par with Dark Force. He was far stronger than I should have. He was stronger than me at the point. I should have been much higher level at that point. But still, like, I'm not gonna sit there and go grind. I know I could beat that game, and I did, but, like, I wasn't gonna sit there and go back and forth, back. And, you know, you saw the trouble with how I was, my memory. You saw the trouble with even looking at a guide. It's just, if I'm busy chatting, if I freaking look away for a bit, go away for a bit, I forget where I am. It doesn't take much for me to, especially when I'm sitting like this, and then I take time away to, you know, talk. I'm gonna forget what I'm doing. I'm not gonna, no, not doing that to you guys. I'm not doing that to me. That's not fair. I don't care. It may turn people away. All that streaming is for our enjoyment. If it's not fun, what's the point? But this is just annoying me. This fight particular, as well as the Hein fight. has been the stressfulest, more stressful than so far than Phantasy Star 2 or Final Fantasy 2. These two fights have been more stressful than a good chunk of Final Fantasy 2. The only reason why that game was more stressful is because of its freaking leveling mechanics. That whole game was just stressful, but two of these specific boss fights, only because of the ramped difficulty out of freaking nowhere. This guy should not be doing this much fucking damage. I don't care if my elemental defenses are bad. They should not force you to sit there and change class. Do I have to put him in the back? I don't want to risk that doing less damage. Stick with that damage. I know elementals are not good on him, but like, their physical is even worse. You're telling me their physical would be far better than that? Like, what is that damage? And then random spikes of damage output for him and me. Just stick doing 100 damage. Oh, look at that miss. Look at that. Yeah, that's why I do magic. Because at least I'm hitting him. There, do that. Just stick with that amount of damage. Same for you, Zero. There, that's not bad. Ow! Lord! Thank you! Good. Get me above a good threshold so I can survive. I don't think Chad's gonna make it out of this attack. Oh, he did. Ho 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 ho, and he did. You're more important. Unfortunately, she is more important than you right now, chat. Dead. Dead. Oh, I'm alive. Okay. Fuck you. If this doesn't just keep doing 400 damage, I can out-heal him and hit him again. I only had 2 elixirs. God, the 400 damage! I can't out-heal that! Thank you. Somewhat less, but I'm still not gonna be able to out-heal 300 damage either. It's just gonna be an endless loop! Until he somehow gets an RNG. Thank you. Somewhat. Please do like 300. Thank you. Eventually, he's gonna get speed, and he's gonna attack first. And murder me. 300, please. Damn it! Stop. I need to be able to have at least 800 health. At least, in order to get a few hits in. Or a hit in. Thank you. Nope, too much. I'm starting to somewhat out-heal him now. Thank you. I'm hitting the 1,000. Nope. Nope. Again, I do need at least 800 health, but I'm trying to get into a better comfortable range. And all I'm going to be able to get is one hit out of it. And that's not good. There he goes! There he goes. I knew it! He was going to eventually get a second hit. Of course. Now I'm back down to where we started. How are you outspeeding me now? I mean, yeah, it's RNG, but I was healing on point. Come on, man. Thank you, Zero. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Go first, please. Please do not go first. Please do not go first. Look at that. Only one hit out of that. Damn, Matt! Oh my god, that 280. What is this fight? He's gonna drain me of my hype potions. I had close to max of those. How much MP do you have if you run out at all? Some enemies in games don't run out, ever, and it's so dumb. That's why I wish you can be muted! Dead. Nope, okay. He has not done more than 440 or 450 damage, or 480, or however much he's done, but I have not seen 500 damage yet out of him. Which is nice, because he can't easily kill me. Oh, there we go. As I say that, he gets 490. Good, good, good. I prefer your 300 damage, please. It's hitting me. It's hitting everyone, or at least it would be if they were alive, so it shouldn't be as much, right? No, come on! One more heal would have put me into a good enough range to actually maybe get 1 or 2 hits on you, depending on your output. 270? What is that? Fuck you, I'm not risking it. Please do not go first, Garuda. And this repeats until he's dead. This repeats until he's dead. Repeats or until I run out of high potions. Or if he decides to hit me okay, good. Unless he hits me for a second time there. He's just doing 400. It's gonna be an endless cycle. Until he starts doing 300 damage to me. Or kills me right here. No, okay. Yeah, I don't like the range of the high potions. 500, then out of nowhere that 200. Like, the range is so annoying. At least be fucking consistent. Good, 420 hype. Please be consistent and heals. Like, it's fucking high potions. It's always been, what, 500 health? At least in some of the later ones. Yes, that's the damage I'm looking for. 666, baby. Okay. How much health do you have, you asshole? Nope. Better. But not enough. I need more help than that. Better? Yes. Crit! fucking what? That was the shittiest crit I've seen. I've done more damage out of that. Oh, come on. That could have been like over 700 or 800 damage I hit. I did 666. That crit should have done like around 700 damage. Fucking die. Would you stop with that high amount of damage? Stop it right now. Do 200 or something. Better. Not too much. Still too much damage. Not high enough health. Damn it! Stop! Do much less than that. Not near 500, please. Like 300, 200, that's decent damage range. I am running out of high potions. God damn it! I just made that worse. You're making it so I can't attack. I mean, I can, but I don't want to risk it. Okay. You asshole! I don't even know where my camera was for a second. I was like, oh. That's because it's freaking reverse. It's mirrored. So I was like, because I forgot. I think I swapped my camera, so I thought I was going to the other side. I think I rotated my camera to actually face the way I'm actually seeing, the way I'm actually facing. Because yeah, I'm facing my camera from a different direction, so technically it is mirrored. But sometimes whenever I try to do something on camera, like you could see it too. It's the mirrored image. It's hard for me, so I tried to reverse it to make it easier on me. But it still is reversed regardless. So like when I was trying to flick it off, I was like going this way to go the other way. But you asshole!
My son. Gigames had me under his control for so long. Who the fuck? I thought his name was...
His name is Garuda. Who's Gigames? Was like that his alias? Like what the fuck?
So long. I thought you'd never forgive me, but you've come back. Thanks to you, my soul is free again. Please, Alice, whatever your fucking name is. I know it's not Alice, but it's just the way I read it. Alice, take my place and bring peace back to Salonia. Father! I love you, Alice. I'm just gonna die standing.
He just committed Sudoku. He died of that wound. My god. That's actually a very sad death, because he actually broke free of his control and stabbed himself to keep his son alive. If that's not a father, I don't know what is. I'm sorry, I'm very sentimental, and I'm actually starting to almost... My emotions are starting to peak, but I don't... That is actually very sad. Games do actually make emotions, like, make me tear up, if it's sad enough. And oh lord, I think that's the saddest thing in a Final Fantasy death right now, is the fact that his father actually broke free of his control, stabbed his own self, committed suicide in a way, to save his own son. That's a man. That's a true father. I was only for a moment, but I distrusted my father. That's not right. You loved your father, and he loved him. I will take father's place as king of Salonia. That was his final wish. And yeah, this is actual, real emotion coming from me. Surely thank you, because of you we were able to defeat the games. Take care. Yes, thank you, Light Warriors. Oh, I thought they were gonna do the Oh man, what an emotional fucking fight. I don't know what I like better, the Dragoon or the freaking other guy. I'm gonna stick with the other guy just because I have gear for him. If I can find gear for the Dragoon, I'll switch back. I'll keep those, but... I'm really liking the, this guy. I could have won that fight without that, but it would have been a lot more healing. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. I know I can't use that. Wait, 32? Oh, I can't use that. Okay. Any other gloves that I get? No. Shining Freezing Golem. $52. $52. Okay, you're all the same, so I'm just gonna put on, I'll put on Shining. Well, you can wear the Scholar Helmet. Okay, good. That finally I got some decent armor from out of nowhere. I was tired of getting the same items half those chests, but I got some decent gear finally. Again. What the fuck? There we go. Earth, Rusted, Gaia, Viking, Dragon, Viking. Ooh. Ooh. I think I just got some Dragoon gear, so I think I could switch back again. God damn it. I'm really liking this damn character. Not that the Dragoon's bad. Just, nope, not at all. Yeah, I got Dragon. Really what you were at. Is that really your best gear? Yeah. Now you probably cannot wear any of that. You're not gonna be able to wear any of that. Wait. Stop giving me other staffs that he can't use. It's mean. Hold up. They really want me to... They're giving me Dragoon gear, and they really want me to switch to him, I guess. A good alternative to the knight. Would that be better than my guy? Would I become better? My attack is 122. Even remove the eyes. Oh, there's no room. I'm weaker. For now. I mean, I could try him out. He was doing far better on that fight than I was. That fight. Yeah, they wanted to have gimmicks, and it makes sense. Can I go elsewhere? Is there no other spots to go? Nope, I think I got every chest that I can think of. Light Warriors, who saved Salonia, thank you. Light Warriors, I must not grieve forever. As my father wished, I will restore peace to Salonia. No, not only Salonia, but the entire world. Maybe there's something here in Salonia that could be of use to you. Please use anything you like. I just found pretty much everything, I think. Noah's lute, the tone that reaches even the dream world, now rests in the Temple of Time. Are you telling me that I need 3 crystals in order to become an adult Link and then Ganon gets freed?
Yes, I did that. Time to go free Ganon and become Dragoon. Adult Dragoon. The temple that sunk into the sea. It rests south of Salonia below the Two Horns. Do I have to listen to your song every time to just get this dialogue into my head? The temple that sunk into the sea. It rests south of Salonia. Alright, well, okay. I figured it was the Temple of Time then, because they literally just stated not only the Temple of Time, but also to the south. So, and below the Two Horns. Ooh, I've actually saw down there. So I think the Two Horns is just the way that the land goes. Good. Thanks for that tip, guys. Because I've actually been down there. I've actually saw the land, I just didn't know what it was. So I know what they're referencing. It is said that the Archmage Noah divided his power among three people, Xandar, Dorga, and Un. The only ones who could cause such a catastrophe are the three wizards of the continent of Deluge. With the Nautilus engine, you should be able to fly through the winds that blow out at the peninsula. Light warriors, head for the continent of Deluge. Okay. Oh, wasn't I at Deluge? Or is that somewhere new now? I like how that guy's like trapped in that pillar. He's not, he's actually behind it. There's a hidden room in Salonia. Check the wall in the wizard's room for There's a hidden room in Salonia. Check the wall in the wizard's room 2 steps from the right. I'm just gonna... That's what I was planning. I was just gonna sit there and try everything. 2 steps to the right is Whoops. 2 steps to the right is quite vague, so I was just like, fuck. This is why I talk to NPCs. You cannot pass here. You cannot go past here. Although I hear that in the past... I hear that in the past, the path lead to the catacombs. The path lead to the okay. You cannot go past here. Although I hear that in the past, the path led to the catacombs. Huh. So this castle also leads to the underwater part of this castle? Because they mentioned that there's a segment underwater. Okay, got some free Phoenix Downs, I'm not gonna deny that. Scholars. We're Salonia's engineers. Please use the airship Nautilus that we discovered in the ancient ruins. Here, we'll bring it. Huh? Where is everybody? Uh-oh. We left the Nautilus outside the castle. Now you can stand up to the winds of Deluge. Get the airship Nautilus. How's the Nautilus doing? Isn't it great? I haven't tried it, guys. I haven't left.
See, now I'm a hidden NPC behind this wall. That just looks so weird. I get it, there's that it's that empty space behind it, but it's just kind of weird. Dun, 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 dun. And now I'm flying a blimp. And it can land on land. And it can land on land! Oh, yes! No. You can't land in water, though. Okay, that's an upgrade. It can land on land. It would be even better if it can land in water. But I don't really care, considering I just land right there and then just go in water. But that means I can't sail anymore, but I can fly everywhere now. That just means I can't sail in water. That kind of limits you a bit. Kinda. If it's like open water and you want to sail in it. But as long as it's this kind of water, I can canoe in it. But I still can't go over mountains. Weird. But I can land and land now. Yay! Yay! Everyone start saying the same things, please, and not give me shit. Okay, so who has the scholar shit? Scholar helmet, scholar shirts. You have both scholar gear. And you both have scholar of the first shit. Okay, I don't know if... Wait, I didn't even check the ring. You have a rune ring. And you have a rune ring, okay. I should sell that instead here. I'm just gonna sell that. Get out of here. I'm gonna keep my main character's gear. And just deposit what I... You can't wear Gaia? You guys know the leather helmet's useless. Cabinet upgrading. Dick. Come on, guys. Like, I'm trying to talk to you and you're just moving. Moving. Oh my god, come on! Not that I need to go in there. I didn't know if there was that was a plan. I didn't really pay attention. Hold on to those. I'm not losing my main character's better gear at the moment until I find better for him. But I also don't know if I want to permanently be a dragoon, so I don't know. I just say your asses about you think me a slut. There was once a passage from the castle cellar to the seafloor, but now it's blocked up. Maybe one can enter from the bottom of the sea. I gotta find a way to get down to the sea, though. See, there you go. That's the dungeon that one dude just mentioned before, who was in the castle and stated that I can't go past. But that's what that's that. I have Fire 2, Ice 2, Bolt 2, Cure 2, and Exit Wash, right? Fire 2, Bolt 2, Ice 2. Is Exit and Wash. Is it Fire 2, Ice 2, Bolt 2? Do I have Bolt 2? Did I see that? Oh man, my memory. Yes, I have Fire, Ice, and Bolt. Oh, you sell? And Cure 2, of course, but she has that. She needs output damage. Give me Arrow 2. I mean, not that it's the best, but still. At least give her some more offense. Go check the library. It should have information. Wait, should have information on what? Oh, information I need? Ooh. Hey, come on, man. Information on what? Let's start from here. Or not. Ancient Book 1. The 4 statues. They annihilate any who try to pass. Yes. It's happened twice to me. They will protect the crystal. The key to them is the 4 fangs. Only we can pass through freely. They're key items. It makes sense as to why I can't use them or delete them. I didn't know if they were key items. I thought they were actual, just like, here's an item, use this in battle because it does this to this elemental of damage. My attempt to float the continent in the sky was successful. I think I will name the tower where the reactor is the Tower of Owen after myself. You mean the actual Owen tower that I was in with the frogs? Or do you mean a big spiral tower, the one that pierces the heavens? I cannot believe the light is going to flood. I'm going to cryogenically freeze my son Dash. Well, that's some lore. Dash was the dude I met at Bahamut's Nest, and then he ended up burning himself alive to save me. What is with this people and deaths, man? Everyone I meet in this game, so far every NPC besides the king's son has died. on me. Dash burned himself alive to save me. Another girl got shot through the neck or face with a freaking poison dart. Probably another NPC has died, but so far, I've had every NPC who's traveled with me has died, one way or another. So Aeolus, don't stay with me. You'll die. You almost did. You almost got stabbed. And that's for being in my vicinity. Oh, god damn it. I'm going to cryogenically freeze my son Dash. If anything happens to the tower, he will awaken and fix the problem. And that's what happened. Awaken, though? He was already awake, so I don't know when he was frozen and when he awoke, but he was already... I met him at Bahamut's Nest. I don't know when he woke. He must have awoke when the earthquake happened and all the shit went to hell. Because that's what happened. He then fixed the problem by killing himself. Ancient Book. 4 warriors come from the Dark World and stop the flood of light. The world has been saved? Oh, the light world, or the Dark World has been saved, I'd imagine. So, okay, it's funny that I'm assuming that the roles are reversed. We're the bad guys who are coming trying to end the darkness by flooding that with light. So in the end, we're both warriors of light in some regard, are we not? Except they're dark, but they're still, in their mind, in their world, they're good, and we're bad. So does that make us the pro-tag and antag at the same time? Some deep lore. We've overused the light. The power has grown out of control, and not even we can stop it. The floating continent has been completed. It will be placed due west of Delug's cross-shaped promontory. What? Promontory? I read that right. Book of Dark Swords. That's my favorite FromSoft game. If you would master the Dark Sword, then head for Fargalbad, hidden in the mountains west of Salonia. Wait, what? If I would master the Dark Sword, head for Fargalbad. What is... That sounds like some random word you would blurt while drunk. Fargalbad. The Principle of Time Gear, the Perpetual Engine. That's what Sid gave me. Or actually, that's what Argas gave me to give to Sid. Best airship of the year. Submarine Nautilus. Great ship Invincible. Airship Enterprise. Wow. Wow, man, they just reference... Every later game just references Final Fantasy 1 through 3. 9 is heavily referencing 3 games. One of the last bosses of the game, his name is Garland. There's Sid and Hilda. Garland was from one of the first bosses of the first game. Sid and Hilda. Sid is a recurring character, but Hilda is a female from the second game. The Invincible is mentioned in this. I'm not sure if there was a ship I flew on was called the Invincible. Maybe one of Sid's ships in the second or first game was called the Invincible, but that's also a title of a ship in 9. And the Enterprise, I don't know if that's mentioned in a later game, but so far 9 is referencing 3 games. I understand it's a callback, but it's interesting that it's literally referencing multiple different games all at once. And then one of the last bosses of the game, his name is literally Garland. Stop it, old hag! Can you imagine if you're trying to walk in real life and some random person is just constantly walking the same route as you to the point where he's blocking you, and you're just like trying to go up or down and he just won't let you? If only in real life you can only walk in, well, I'm not explaining it well. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. And then when you walk into them, you literally shove them. Or whenever you try to talk to people, they keep walking away until you literally say what you gotta say to them. The tower in the sector is called the Dragon Tower. The treasures of the family of dragoons is there. You're gonna climb the Dragon Tower? It's swarming with monsters. wait, that door was locked before. Or was it? Oh, shit. I forgot. Holy Lord, 7 hits. Goodbye. There they are. What the hell? Oh, she's not coming back yet. Oh my god. I don't know if I've been in here or not. I don't remember if this was open or not. Well, tomorrow we're going to focus on more of this. We'll focus more on this beautiful game tomorrow. I'm getting off for the night. That is a total of, what, 7-hour stream? No, wait. I streamed, the other stream was, what, 5 hours? So it's... yeah, it's about 8 hours. I've been streaming for about almost 9 hours. Whew. It would have been longer if I would have gotten right when I got home and streamed, but I had to restart my computer and get it all set up for you. But yeah, thank you Infamy for joining. Thank you Irving, Reaper, and thank you Sapphire. And yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for joining and enjoying. Thank you for everyone else who's just lurking. Yes, thank you everybody. I'm sorry about earlier with my issues. I'm glad I can get them off my chest to people who I don't even know. I feel like I'm glad that you guys can lend an ear to me and not like, oh my god, you're depressing and run away. Because I've had actually one dude who literally said, you're depressing, I'm leaving. And I don't think I've seen him since. But I can understand that it's pushing people away. But honestly, it makes me happier to know that I actually have an ear more than just my personal friends and family to talk to. Because it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It comes out of my everyday life. It's me. So it's not like it's not gonna happen. I wish it wouldn't, but there's just gonna be stressful days where I'm just gonna sit there and just be depressed. I know I have a very good life. I live with my parents still, and I have a very sheltered life, but just because of that doesn't mean I can't be unhappy. Enough people in my life have hurt me, but I am glad that you guys are there for me. I'm happy I have the people that do love and respect me and care about me. I just wish there was things that people would do better and nicer, and I just wish I wasn't the way I was sometimes, but unfortunately I am who I am, and you are you. I can't change you, you can't change me, unfortunately, but all that matters is that you lend an ear, you lend an eye, but thank you. Thank you, everyone. I love all of you, each and every one of you. I hope my quality has gotten better. I'm really trying to make sure that you don't have to hear this annoying static, and I hope my voice quality is better, because I know before when I would stream with my thing on my desk, my voice quality wasn't like clear. It sounded like I was a bit further away, which, yeah, I'd be like over here, but now that I'm like my mic arm and it's a bit more in my face and away from my desk, there's a little bit less annoyance, and my voice is a bit more picked up, which is nice, so I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a good one, everybody. I will see you sometime in the morning, maybe? We'll see what time I wake up, but definitely gonna be plenty of streams for tomorrow and Sunday, so stay tuned for plenty of Final Fantasy. And I might actually be doing some Eternal Darkness tomorrow, because that's something I really need to return to for Glistener Elf. So if you're listening, Glistener, stay tuned for that tomorrow, because I do want to get on that, because Zero requested me to play Half-Life. That's a game I've never played, so I want to really get working on some of these requests, so I can get more requests. Maybe Infamy, maybe you have some built-up Maceta and you want to see me play a game. Maybe, and I want to get more, but I don't want to have like 50 game requests on the back burner, so I really want to just start going through it. Zero requested me to play Half-Life. Whether it was all of the series or not, I'm going to go through at least one of them and see how I feel about it and then decide. He requested me to play one, and he didn't say how long. See, the thing about the requests, Infamy, I don't know if you remember or if you heard, if you request me to play a game, you give me the choice of what to play and how long. You can literally have me play a game and beat it, and I will. And it's like it's that choice. Like otherwise, if you just say, "Can you play this game?" outside of using your currency, because not just asking me, say like, "Hey, can you play Pokemon?" I'd be like, "Okay, I will," but it's up to me how long I play for. Now, if you click on like my screen, you'll see that red box pop up. If you click that and go to game requests and ask me via that. If you ask me via that versus via my actual currency, it's your choice for how long I play it for. So if you have a game you want me to play, say you want me to play Pokemon, and you want me to beat through Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue or all the series, that's my obligation to do so. Otherwise, I'd be like, yeah, I'll play Pokemon for you, but I'm not going to be beating it. Something like that. But if you actually physically spend actual Maceta in-game, in-chat currency, I'm sure you've seen that red box when you have your cursor on screen. You can click that and request me to play a game, and it's up to you to how long I play it for. And Eternal Darkness is a game I'm going to be playing it all the way through. So, Half-Life and Eternal Darkness. But yeah, I want to be able to get more requests. So if you have a game request in mind, feel free to request it. Just keep in mind that's not going to be happening for a bit. But that's why I want to get through some of these games, and I don't want people to be like requesting games and then they just wait forever. But I've had 3 game requests total already, and I've played through, actually 4. I've played through 2 of them already, so see you tomorrow though for some Final Fantasy and possible Eternal Darkness. Have a good one.